Hi everyone, this is Paulo from Just Another Dang How-To channel. So this time, I'm going to teach you how to set up Apache and PHP on your macOS Sierra. So let me quickly show you my setup. So I'm running on macOS Sierra version 10.12.3, and by default Apache is installed on the Mac, and also PHP, just need to enable them. So if you go to your browser and you type in localhost, you'll probably see this saying it works. But after doing that, you need to configure Apache to work on some certain directories. So let's do that. So first is let's make sure your folders are set up. What you need to do is open up the tool called Terminal. So go to Applications, Utilities, and select Terminal. From there, this will open up this command line tool. So zoom in. So first thing to do is know who the user is. So if I go who am I, it would say Tin. So Tin is my wife and this is her MacBook. I'm just using it for this tutorial. So first thing to do, check ls. If you type ls and you don't see a sites folder here, you need to create one. To create one from the command line, just in case you don't have it, is you type sudo make dir and type sites. That should create the sites folder. So since I already have it, I don't need it. So let me go to sites, and inside, let me type ls. I already created a folder called blah. To create a folder, you should do the same thing. Say sudo make directory, sudo make directory, and then blah. That created that folder. So if I jump inside and I do an ls, I also have a PHP file inside. HTML file inside. My correction. It's not PHP. So just to show you what's inside that index.html file, let me do a nano. So I'm gonna open up nano, the editor. So sudo dot nano index.html, and it's gonna ask for my password. So this is what I have inside the file. So it's just saying the head. So let me quickly exit that. And after you did that, next thing to do is configure the users. So go to cd etc apache 2 and then users. If I do an ls, you would see that there's a guest configuration file and a tin configuration file. If you don't have this, let me delete this tin conf file. Sudo remove, and let's start from scratch. So I have it. So if I do sudo nano tin conf, I should get a blank slate. So on my blank slate, I'm just gonna copy this in there. So what's this saying is on the directory user, change username to your username. Change that to your username. Let's say users tin on the sites. That's the default landing directory. So you allow override options and don't worry about those. And exit. So next thing is to set up the HTTPD, which is the actual Apache folder. So let me just close that. So if I do cdd and I do a list, you would see that there's an HTTP conf file. It's ideal that you make a backup of the file before you edit it. So here I have a .back file which I backed earlier. Let's try creating another backup for this one. So if I say sudo cp, which means copy file, httpd conf to httpd conf 2. So that would be a backup file. If we do a list, we'll see that there's a new file created. So let's go to nano and edit the httpd conf file. So on this file, what you need to do is you need to uncomment several sections. So I have a cheat sheet right here. Where are you, editor? So here, so you need to uncomment this lines. So there's a quick shortcut here. Say Control W and type host module. So I'm down here. So that's the host module. It's already commented out. The core, it's already commented out. And if I go down a little bit here, let's try searching again. So the next one is user directory module. So this one I need to comment out, just remove the hash key hash. And the other one is vhost, which is above here. And there's 2 include files that you need to uncomment as well. So that's httpd user. So this one needs to be commented out. And vhost, which is virtual host, which you don't really need for this tutorial, but let's comment it out. And also, which is PHP. So type PHP, and you would see there's a module here, load module PHP 5. So that would install PHP for you. So let me move that, comment that out, exit, save. So at this point, we're almost set up, but I forgot something. So go back to the users folder. So sudo cd users folder, and click ls. You would see the tinconf. You need to change the permission of this file. So if I do ls plus l, it would give me more information. So I need to change the permission on the tin.configuration file to 644. So if I do sudo chmod and say 644 tin conf, that should fix the permission. Okay, so going back, we need to edit the httpd user directory file. So if I go to cd and cd extra and go ls, you would see that there's a httpd user directory conf file. So sudo, so same practice, back it up. So as you can see, there's a backup there. So sudo nano httpd user directory conf. And from here, you need to uncomment this and save, exit. So at this point, you need to restart Apache. So sudo apache ctl restart. That's it. And go back to your browser. If I refresh this, I get a forbidden. That's because the path has changed. So if I now go to slash tin, it's now serving from the sites folder, and the sites folder I have a blah file inside is an index.html file. Now let's go to that directory. Let's create a PHP file. So cd, that should bring me back to my root, and I say cd sites, and the list, it's on the blah folder, so cd blah, and I got a sudo nano, and I'm gonna call this info.php. And on my info.php file, I'm going to put php and type php info and exit. Yes. And on your browser, type info.php blah, and that should load up PHP for you. So you're pretty much all set. You have Apache installed, you have PHP. The next thing to do maybe is install MySQL and PHP and you're ready for web development. Cool. I hope you like this tutorial. If you have questions, just add it on the comment and I'll try my best to answer it back. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos. Bye.